What's going on, my dudes? This is Mr. Gardner and this is Math Time with Mr. G. Today we're going to be working on solving equations with inequalities. So just a reminder, equations means that there's a variable with an equal sign, and inequalities means I'm going to change that equal sign to less than or greater than. So I have less than, greater than, or equal to. These are all my inequality options. Before we get into that, let's review what a number line is. A number line is a series of numbers that go up and down. So I can have positive numbers, negative numbers, and when I am dealing with plotting a number, let's say x can only equal 10. So how much money is in your pocket? And you say $10. It can only equal 10. My number line will go up to 10. I'm going to make a dot on it. That says only 10. So let's say though x can equal any number but 3. For whatever reason, 3 cannot be the answer. So we go to 3 and I'm going to put an open dot there. Open means it can get close to 3. It can be $2.99. It can be $3 and a penny, but it can never be 3. So open means close but not it. Closed dot means exactly that amount. How do we shade on a number line? So let's say so what this means, I'm going to start with the number in question, 4, and do a number above it and a number below it so people know where we're at on our number line. If it says or equal to, just on the other side where it said equals 10, I'm going to say it can equal 4. And then we're going to say any number bigger than 4. So x can be any number bigger than 4. So it could be 4 and a cent, it could be 5, it could be 100, any number bigger than 4. And the way I remember it, as long as I do letter, inequality, and then number, the inequality will point to the direction to go. So right here, I just draw a line. There's my arrow. So it's telling me to shade everything to the right. So my number in question is 2. A number above it, a number below it. And because it says or equal to, it can be 2. And it can be any number less than 2. And there's my arrow to point me to the direction to shade. I go to my number in question. 1 above, 1 below. It can get super close to 5, but it cannot be 5. There's no or equal to. So I have to do an open dot. And any number bigger than 5. So 6, 7, 8 are all good answers. And there's my arrow to point to that direction. So I go to -7, a number above it, a number below it. It can get super close to -7, but can't be it. So open dot, and then anything smaller than it. Let's say I had an equation now. So 2x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 3. I'm just going to treat this just like an equal sign and just solve for x. I have it down to x is greater than or equal to 2. It's just like the previous slide with our number in question, 1 above, 1 below. Because it says or equal to, it means closed dot, and then anything bigger than it. I'm just going to move all my variables to one side, all of my constants to another, and then solve for x. So now I have my number in question, then one number above it, one number below it. Because it's just less than, and there's no or equal to, I'm going to do an open dot, and it says any number less than -4, and there's my arrow to help me prove it. Multiplying with inequalities, we're going to look at this example. And the first thing we're going to do is just simplify everything on the left-hand side by double distributing and then adding like terms. Now that I've combined everything I can on the left-hand side, I'm going to start the process of moving my constants to the right-hand side. So now that I'm done, when I get to dividing to the other side, positives, it makes no difference. But when it's a negative, just like I have this -6 right here, this causes this inequality to flip. I am multiplying by a negative, and it's all on one side. It doesn't change anything. But when I do it a negative to both sides, it flips. Now that I have it flipped, this is my number in question. And it's going to be a closed dot because of the or equal to, and anything smaller than it. Alright, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments section. But other than that, be kind to each other, ask lots of questions, and think deeply.